Okay, now I'm unmuted. Welcome to the Aquarian Renaissance Roundtable. This is a free weekly Zoom call that I originally, when I started it out in February or even January this year, 2025, I was doing a live stream of it. And then, wanted to create a more kind of intimate container, just connecting with the other Knights of the Round Table and people that pop on this virtual roundtable experience. And so I stopped live streaming, but now I'm doing one. Things are all in shift in motion. Bruce is on the call, but he's maybe away from his computer making coffee at the moment. Um, and I'm I had it in my mind to maybe share my ideas around what I want to what I because I'm going to be speaking at this event, Liberpulco. I'm at the Liberland Ark Village. Uh, so this is in the north of Serbia near the town of Apatin, and Liberland is a 10-year-old country. That's the president of Liberland in the white over there. He's talking on the phone. We're hiding from the stage, which is on the other side of this building, because the stage is making sound. It's going to kick off with the opening festivities. There's going to be some music this evening to welcome the Liberpulco event attendees. And I'll be speaking on Thursday. So you can get access to the live stream and lifetime recording for under $90 with my coupon code. If you go to anarchapulco.com, you can get a remote access to this event. And so we'll be live streaming all these speakers about freedom and connectivity, you know, initiatives such as Liberland, which are developing their own tokenomics, alternative economy, and growing freedom, using our creativity to thrive outside the system of control and domination that is Babylon, and build an alternative reality, returning to nature. Here, it's a beautiful venue. There's a pond back there, and it's actually filled with flowers. And it's really close to the Danube. And if you're not aware, Liberland is actually an island. So I guess it's neat. Liberland is a network state, but its home territory, this island, which was formed when changed course right here on the border of Serbia and Croatia. And land that was part of Serbia became detached by the river, became separated from the mainland Serbia. And so my understanding is that Serbia no longer claimed that land because they defined their border at the river. And Croatia also didn't claim that land because it was formerly Serbia. And so this guy over here, Vit, uh, who is a Tishkia, claimed that land and created a new country, Liberland. I mostly don't know. My exposure to it is just having come to the 10th anniversary celebration here in April. It says my internet connection is unstable. Hopefully it's good. So this is my second time here at the Ark Village. I arrived today, and it's beautiful weather, and I'm looking forward to an amazing event. And like I said, I'll be speaking on Thursday morning, 10 minutes till 11 is the scheduled time that I'll speak, and my talk is titled Full Spectrum Communication for Freedom. And so I just would love to share, uh, what I'm intending to share. I've just kind of written, kind of a speech for myself. Obviously, I'm going to bring in elements of improvisation as well, and try to speak to the audience of people that I'm connecting here with in person. And then also, freedom lovers who are tuning in virtually as well. Hopefully I can find something that really gives people some inspiration and something to apply practically in their lives. As far, you know, I think the main value that I can offer comes from the perspective that I have, which is quite different from many people's perspectives. I, you know, I'm on a quest right now to reconnect with ancestry. I've made that a priority in my life. I'm living in the Balkans, connecting with the Slavic culture, and that's because you know, my dad's side of the family was Polish and Russian. Obviously, both of those countries are a little more difficult for me to go live in for long term. Um, I'm living in Montenegro, which is a bit easier to settle in at the moment with the regulations and everything. And I'm dreaming into being a world that is, that allows us to transcend those limitations of the nationhood, right? The nationality. Um, I consider myself a planetary citizen, and I am dreaming into being a world that acknowledges people like me that would choose to live in, to be a part of a global culture, to increase the fluidity and the ease with which we can exchange and travel, settle in new places according to our heart's desires. And I want to speak in my talk, I want to speak about Dharma and how we find the Dharma written in our hearts. Um, Dharma is defined as a decree, like the literal translation from Sanskrit of Dharma, which is kind of like you might describe it as your life's work or the cosmic law underlying right action, which we each express in a unique way. It literally translates as a decree or a custom. Um, so, but it applies to each of us individually. That's the nuance of the definition, right? We each have our own unique dharma that allows us to express our gift to the world. Uh, and also in a collective sense, dharma is like it's the cosmic law of how to live a moral life, a life that allows us to fully express who we are, and to be a blessing to the world, which we came here to be. And so there are a number of obstacles to us connecting with our dharma, and I would consider the main obstacle to be the mind. It's right here. We have, the brain is here, but in the mental sphere, processing through our brains uh, is something that is filled with distraction, and actually it can be filled with lies. We have belief systems that we construct and mental constructs that we live within. What is, what is uh, society is, and then that's what we're for the strife and conflict, the not enoughness, and the displacement meant in that word, mental displacement, is a mind without place, right? And it's in Italian language, which is close by here. Italy is just close by. La mente is a sentence which means the mind lies. So the word mind and the word it lies, the verb, is the same word, mente. So there's no accident with that. And if we can if we can drop into an acknowledgement of our feeling nature, and a curiosity of discovering the Dharma within from how we can feel and what our heart knows to be true, as a guidance for us to express and create our lives around, then we'll be able to transcend a lot of this problematic illusions that are a product of a mind which is distracted, and through this process of social engineering, our minds have been coerced into playing roles in which we are disempowered, in which we are treated as property, actually. If you're charged for a crime and you go into court and you don't know who you are as a spirit from the divine, then the presumption is that you are a slave. Actually, in court, we are treated as property unless we have the knowledge to navigate and avoid that. And so that's what I've been on a journey to learn about. There are many other speakers here at this event, Liberpulco, who have been on similar journeys, many of them for much longer than I have, that are sharing. So I encourage you to tune in, to check out the Liberpulco live stream or recordings, or if you are in the Balkans, to drop in and be a part of it. It's a process of reverse engineering the social engineering. So social reverse engineering of tuning into our true identity as nature, and being able to lay down, to relinquish all the various false identities, which are kind of foisted onto us. Citizen, person, resident, taxpayer, driver, mother, father, sister, brother. These are all roles, but they don't define who we are. There are things that we can engage with, and we can fulfill these roles, but that doesn't change the nature of who we are. We are spirits, and I want to speak to the impulse to reconnect with that spiritual truth, the identity of ourselves, as eternal beings of light that are here on the earth, incarnating as an opportunity to explore and create, and to bring our heavenly essence, our soul's light, into the material realm. And I've addressed this before in the past, that we have a division within our mind. We have many divisions. One of them is that we think of a particular aspects of life as spiritual, and other aspects of life as mundane, and that they're like two different things. And even Gnostics, this a long-held system of beliefs from the Gnostic tradition, actually holds that spirit is completely separate from matter, and that they two don't mix. And they actually believe that this avatar, we say, that incarnated as Jesus Christ, that he wasn't actually an incarnated being, because according to the Gnostic tradition, God, as pure spirit, cannot incarnate into matter, because the realms are not mixable. I do not agree with that philosophy. From everything that I see, spirit is imbuing matter, and it's a beautiful tantric union of the great above, of the cosmos, the all that is, the great sky father, with the material mother earth. And we are in the center of that union. And it is our great privilege and honor to be a mixing and a mingling of spirit and matter in every moment. And also the things that we do in our lives combine the two. And so when we do mundane things, it's still part of this spiritual experience. There's no part of this experience which isn't spiritual, even if it's violent or boring and uninspiring. These are still aspects of the soul's journey. They're part and parcel with all of it. And so we're here as witness to that unfolding, the trajectory of spirit embodying through us into the material world. And we are embodying higher levels of our soul's light. We are becoming more conscious. More consciousness is entering into this material earth and transforming it. And I want to let you in on a secret that many people maybe find dissonance with, but we live in a miracle realm of creation, the limitless possibility, and consciousness is a transformative influence on the material world. The material world is, in fact, energetic in nature and a lot more fluid, and becoming more fluid as we grow here this day. And I see that expressing through the experiences that we have in day-to-day reality. We find doors can open for us when we cultivate the right consciousness, or if it's on the opposite can also be true, right? The doors can be shut to us if we are cultivating a consciousness of shutness, and on the global stage, I see the fluidity increasing. This advent of the network state allows for people to be a part of political jurisdictions which aren't bound by a specific territory, and we can actually organize ourselves freely as planetary citizens, as men and women that are part of a stewardship of the whole earth, and engaging in a greater level of communication, because that's really what it's gonna take. And that's the journey that I'm on, is to embody and to enjoy the process of learning how to communicate with more and different types of people, and also fundamentally communicating at a deeper level, at a more a fuller level with my own self, with my spirit, with who I truly am, and allowing that, because communication is a healthy flow of energy, basically. The live stream video is dependent upon the Wi-Fi connection for the information, the digital information to flow through and to populate through into the pages on your computers, right? If you're tuning into a live stream, and it's the same, with our bodies. Coming through us, entering in the body through the various aspects, stabilizers of subtle energy, and it's flowing into the body and stepping down in frequency. Literally, ether spirit entering into material through us in every moment. And it's fundamentally important, and I want to speak about this in my talk here. It's fundamentally important that we have a strong connection with the earth, with our roots, and that can be cultivated in various ways. It's physically touching the earth and being in relationship, growing a garden, um, or also, like I mentioned, I'm here on this journey to learn about the culture of my ancestors as it is today, and that is that as empowering my being by activating a root connection of knowing, like, oh, okay, this is who I am. This is as a part of a lineage, a divine vine of ancestry that passes through generations, and it's weaving through culture, and through there's a subtle remembrance that's happening through just being here, and connecting with with these ancient lands, and with the soul family. We are all one family here on the earth, and we all speak one language, but there are so many different dialects. That's another perspective that I would challenge you to consider, is that as one human family, we speak one human language, and there's just so many different words in that, and sub languages that are a part of it, and ultimately, the universal language is vibration, music, and energy. So we can all connect through the beating drum. That's something universal, and the tones of music. That's why it's so important for us to be deeply listening and to feel the vibration. The Dharma mission can be revealed to us from within through the process of being present and embodying, bringing embodied awareness, and connecting with our feeling nature that is revealing to us through this miracle of us incarnating. So this is kind of some of the concepts that I want to get into. I also want to share about my story, because it is a very adventurous life that I'm living, and I'm so grateful to have the privilege that I do in order to go and do and be a part of all these different projects and cultures, related to permaculture. And I have to mention, permaculture, as indigenous revival, as this founded on three ethics: earth care, people care, and fair share. This is basically us coming back to a remembrance of our stewardship, of our connection with the earth. It's our duty as stewards. Like, we have a mission to fulfill as far as taking care of the earth, and we have many tools. That's what I'm on this journey discovering, going to gatherings like this one and the one that I was just at in Czech Republic, that allow for us to build new systems of increased communication, of a deeper level of collaboration that's not dependent on third parties any longer. This liquid democracy. There's this organization that the core team members from Haifa were at this gathering that I was just at in Czech Republic, and it's they were a part of this initiative called Seeds, Conscious Currency, that I also participated with to some degree, and they were holding meetings online and kind of developing a constitution based on shared values and intentions, and creating a global community, and uh, something that liberates us to function and create things together independently of the legacy system, which is, clunky, bureaucratic, and deeply corrupt. This is the other thing I want to speak about, on the stage on Thursday, is that the word state is like static. It's like stasis. It's like stillness. Like, and if you have a still puddle of water, it becomes rank, right? The life in it corrupts and it becomes pathogenic to us. You know, um, it's dependent on flow and bringing in, the oxygenation and the flow of new water to maintain health. And I view, like our communication, having a flow of healthy communication amongst us, which is why I'm doing this roundtable, uh, and some of the other things that I'm doing is to try and to encourage and promote a healthy flow of communication so that we can be strong within ourselves and be the pioneers, the creators of whatever is new and coming next as the legacy systems are crumbling around us. So that's kind of what I want to touch on. And I think Bruce is still on here. Welcome. If you have any reflections, Bruce. Oh, the light's coming through. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the reflection, isn't it? I like the wrap. Um, I'm facing west in my own space, and I'm facing west in your space, which feels really cool because out of my window, I can sometimes see the sun more or less setting, depending on the season where the sun is going down on the horizon. It finds a gate for me, and the sun calls me into the sunset so consistently, and I can be in the middle of a city and somehow I'm walking thinking, well, I'm not going to watch the sunset tonight, and then I cross an intersection and there's all the buildings part for about 8 blocks and I can see straight through to the sun, and I get on a I might climb up on a curbstone or a windowsill, and there I can see the sun, and I look at the people around me, not knowing. But I know now that you, the sun that's above me now, that isn't quite at zenith, at the prime meridian for me, at meridian, which is, after meridian is, or let's see, post meridian, and I guess it's so. This is a balance point, and we are sharing the same sun, and I feel like the what we consider a clock is a flow. You are bringing in flow versus structure, and um, you talked about dharma, and then you spoke of duty, and I think there is a level of duty in the dharma, and it's a little Saturnian, it has a heaviness about it. So feeling that we have a duty to one another, like you said, you made the point, you made a lot of interesting points that somewhat contradicted themselves, and I think we have to hold contradictions, such as you are not the brother, the son, but then you are, because on a soul level, you did choose these limitations to your own soul's journey in a way, the kind of restrictions, because some of those associations that you don't appear to choose, like even gender, become your duty to express or to alter or however you meet them. And they are you and they are your spirit because they're part of your spiritual recipe. I'm loving that the sun is in the lowest space on your horizon in the pic. You didn't choose that exact, you couldn't have chosen that exact perspective for your camera, And there it is in a yod as low as it can go, right next to you over your right shoulder. It's pretty sweet, man. I think you can see it yourself, right? And then you can look over your shoulder and see the real thing.
Wow. 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 And Irina joined us. Irina, are you able to presence your voice as well? Or this is a great.
Oh,
Hi, we were just talking about the triangulation of the sun between where I am in Serbia and where Bruce is in the U.S. Where are you?
in the US, Arlington, Virginia.
Okay.
Is it sunny there, Irina?
It is pretty warm and sunny.
And you're in the afternoon, and I'm just in the end of morning. And then
Mm,
we can see the sunset behind Keegan.
yeah, very nice.
Great. We are live streaming also, just so you know. I don't usually do this, but I'm at an event and felt like it might be nice to share the live stream as well. Is it is there something you
Yeah,
want to share with everyone on my YouTube channel, either of you?
there, man, that sun is just glimmering around that last tree. And I feel so lucky because last night I'm a sun gazer. That's the new term for basically sun worship.
Mm,
And because I can't watch the sun rise, literally, it rises behind mountains. And so by the time you see it, it's full power and you can't look at it. But while it's setting, the horizon here, we're on very high ground, and the horizon here is so vast, so deep that the sense you have is that the sun is beneath you. And that's in fact true because we're looking down around the corner of our planet, and the sun is below the parallel, the tangent to the point where we stand. So that tangent goes out into space some degrees above the apparent horizon. And the sun lowers, I sort of embody him, a sort of masculine figure, although that's disputable. But he is not debasing himself, but he's meeting us at our level. And for just those few minutes, especially around the time when he becomes tangential, his light is tangential to the horizon, because at sunset, his light is 8 minutes old at all times, 8 minutes behind his physical being because of the speed of light. And so he is a good degree and a half or so beneath the horizon at that point. You're just seeing the light body of the sun. And that moment of information, like that moment of reference, geomantically, but also, the lithium is the stuff of dreams, is the child of helium and hydrogen, is the third element, is the holy child. Like, to me, it's hydrogen is the Osiris, helium is the Isis, and lithium is the Horus. And he wants to be with us and to enter like the holy, sacrament, to penetrate our retinas and enter our minds. And because lithium will ameliorate schizoid and psychopathic conditions of the brain, it will cause some release in that. And recent studies have proven that the lithium is the most effective thing against all forms of dementia. It reduces amyloid plaques, does all kinds of amazing things. And you can take it in the form of lithium orotate. But when you get it directly from the sun, when it penetrates your being, then I think it's informative. I think it's more than a chemistry. On a biochemical level, yes, it will be an important um, adjunct to your brain chemistry and help you cleanse the brain. But the sun being a living portal of divine information is sending it as lithium, as an ion, to give us direct information for our own. Each of us has our own particular perspective on the sun. So that's a lot. But I'm glad the sun invited that from me. I was so moved. I've seen the last of its direct rays, but I'm seeing all the beautiful effects it's having. And yeah,
I'm so glad to a really great share.
thanks for
Lots of
sharing
things
your
to.
sunlight. You're shining, Keegan.
I had this experience at the gathering a couple days ago. That I was playing ukulele and singing by the fire, and it was getting late, and I decided finally to go to bed. And I told everyone, "Good night." And right then, the shooting star like shot behind me, and somebody was like, "Wow, Keegan, you're a shooting star." I was like, "Oh, this is kind of a similar experience."
That's awesome. You didn't see it, they did?
Right, right. Um, I was thinking while you were talking about being at the level or like as an equal with this cosmic body, the sun. Uh, there's a woman, Daniel Rama Hoffman, that is like a channel for ascended masters. And one of the things I love about her sharing, her channeling, is the message that they don't look down on us as as mortal humans. We are equal with them. We are all spirits in this spiritual reality, and tuning into what we want to call them ascended masters or beings of greater light, of greater self-realization. um, they're at a different point in their journey, uh, or it's a fuller aspect of a multidimensional being, which we also are. um, And so I just wanted to mention that your sharing reminded me of that. I appreciate it. Did you have any reflections also, Irina? I just got a few more minutes before the party starts here at Liberpulco, and I'll sign off.
No, it's all fascinating to listen to you both. I don't have anything to add.
Cool. Right on. Well, appreciate you listening anyhow. And yeah, sending you both lots of love. It's um, you know, tune
Thank
in,
you. Likewise.
check out the Liberpulco live stream, because
Yeah.
I'll be excited to be speaking, and they wanted to have some younger perspective, and so they invited me. I'll be my first like big stage um, speech at such an event, so I'm excited about it.
Well, good luck with that. And my advice to you would be to spend 15 minutes in a tree that invites you. And the best way to ground your energy and to be outside yourself, within and outside yourself. Like, that feeling where you're free to be yourself because you're not. Anyway, a tree might help you with that. It works for me every time. And even sitting on the roots of a tree is being lifted by the tree. So there's no wrong way to do it. And you're so surrounded in trees right now, and your hair is filtering the sun, and it's just so it's very much like the shooting star. It's another effect of your passage. You're leaving us with the last of the sun. It's so beautiful. Thank you for that. It was a total it was a total surprise that you showed up this morning. And I know others weren't expecting it, and that's why it's just me and Irina and you, and yet with her joining as a trio, it feels like a sweet little um, debarkation point for you and your speech and your presence there. So many blessings.
I agree. Thank you so much. And yeah, this is like, my message in a visual representation. It's like we are nature, and you can see I'm kind of blending together with it. And yeah, so um, it's great to connect with you, and I'm gonna keep getting some lithium, and I'm gonna send this video recording as a recommendation to a family member, based on what you shared about the lithium. I think that could help them as well. Thank you for sharing that. All right, be well, both of you and everyone watching. Blessings, and see you soon.